Hello guys, George here again from Hunter's Prestige and welcome to another episode of Hunter's Prestige Builds. We've got another customer in with a P400X who's actually come to us from watching a previous video we've done on another P400X. Now if you haven't seen that video, that's now up here now. Now the customer has left the build specification completely open to us. So the only guidelines he's given us is that he wants it for a city lifestyle. He wants it to remain subtle and clean at the same time, but also actually still be functional. So we know exactly what we're going to be doing to this car, and now the parts have finally arrived with us from Land Rover. We're going to be fitting the deployable side steps rather than the fixed ones we usually fit on vehicles. This is what we've come up with. So this is what we've come up with. Customer asked for a city lifestyle vehicle. We've stuck to the build as simple as possible, just to keep it clean, simplistic, but also at the same time we've added a lot of functions to the vehicle just to make it a little bit more accessible. We've added deployable side steps. Now we've been waiting for up to 6 months from Land Rover to get all the components in order to retrofit this to the vehicle. We've waited for the motors, we've waited for the actual side steps themselves as well as the wiring, and it's taken a very long time, but we have now been able to fit them. And we've got quite a few in stock, so if you guys are interested, drop us a message and we're happy to fit them on your vehicle. We've added 22-inch gloss black wheels to this just to make the 6-pot piston caliper show off the colour even more. We've also fitted a full 6-piece extended gloss black wheel arch trims to the whole of the vehicle. We've added some protection to the rear tailgate of the boot in the form of a rear checker plate protection strip. Now this is just going to protect the vehicle for getting anything in and out of the boot, so adds a little bit of practicality, and we've also retrofitted a soft rear closed door as well. Added front and rear genuine Land Rover mud flaps. Now we don't hide if a product is genuine Land Rover or if it's aftermarket, so if we list the product as being Land Rover genuine, it always is. We've also added our V2 LED boot light just to add a simple, sleek and OEM look to the vehicle, adding some light to the tailgate. And we finished off this build with a rear gloss black spoiler just to add the icing on the cake. Adding the deployable side steps to your vehicle also adds a new function to your Preview Pro screen, allowing it to be fully functional and accessible inside and outside. It also adds a roof access option to make sure that the deployable side steps stay extended so you can access anything from the roof. You can also put them on off-road operation and they close automatically when you open the door and unlock the vehicle. I'm proud to say we can now supply and fit the 110 deployable side steps. Now we've been waiting for in total of up to 6 months for all of the components to arrive from Land Rover. So they're all genuine Land Rover products, but unfortunately they've been on back order for a very long time. We had the side steps, but we didn't have the electrical components, we didn't have the modules or anything else. So we basically had the side steps and we were just waiting for all the components in order to do the fit. So it's all now here, so we're really happy with them. We may do a fitment video on these, but unfortunately it's a very complicated process. So the deployable side steps are not a simple fit. You actually have to do a lot of different components, lots of cutting and pop riveting in order to get them fitted. And at the same time, you also have to activate it on the Preview Pro screen because it's actually an on-off option and there's a couple of different customizations on there as well. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of all the different components that we actually have to supply in order to actually do it. So a lot of people might see the cost on our website of the deployable side steps and take a breath away, but that is due to the fact of all the different components are sold individually for this deployable side step, so it's not an actual kit. So obviously the first things that we have is the actual runners, which are deployables, and they also come with the motors on there, obviously open and close the actual side steps. We also have the under trays. So these under trays, you actually have to take off 3 different under trays from the under chassis of the car. I actually have to make cuttings, which luckily Land Rover have made the little cutout marks just like they do for the fixed side steps. So there's 3 different ones that you have to do. It's very time consuming actually drilling and pop riveting them. So no idea why Land Rover didn't supply you with different under trays for these, because that would have been a lot easier. You also have lots of different clips, different rivets to obviously fix those plastic undershields onto your original ones. You also have 3 different wiring harnesses, so you have one going to each step. You also have harness at the back going to the if you've got a tow bar fitted, or if not. You have the module replacement, obviously the wiring there as well, and also you have to have a different bracket if you've got a tow bar fitted. Deployable tow bar fitted, it's a different bracket, different way of fixing the actual module. So there's a lot of different components in order to do it, and we actually have to strip out a lot from the car in order to actually run the wires to actually successfully fit the retrofit. Now we actually have quite a few of these in stock, so if you are interested, get in contact with us guys, because we now have them available for both 2022 and 2023. So as always guys, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay up to date with all of our builds and all the different content that we put.